Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In this video we are going to be taking the motor out of the Oldsmobile because during my last trip to the drag strip I pushed the car just a little too hard, and the result of that was something pretty catastrophic inside the motor. So because of that, I'm going to be taking the motor out of the car in this video, and we're going to start building a new motor for this next stage, which is going to be stage 3. I'm super excited for this because it's been something I've been wanting to do for a long time, but haven't really needed to since the motor has been working really well for these past few years. I'm excited to build this next stage with you all and show you the process of what it's going to look like to really build this car with some serious horsepower and hopefully get this thing into the 10s or hopefully the 9s. But before we do that, we got to take the hood off the car so we can start removing everything above the motor, like the supercharger, the radiator, and everything else. So let's go ahead and start taking the hood off. But before we do that, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like below, and without further ado, let's go ahead and start tearing this thing apart. Alright, now that we got the hood taken off, we can start removing the carburetor, and then we can start taking off everything else. Alright, now that we got the carburetor removed, we can go ahead and take a look inside the blower, and you can actually see here that the Teflon stripping inside the rotors has kind of come off from how much use this blower's had on it. So next what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take the blower off the car. Alright, so now that we got the blower off the motor, we can see here that there's quite a bit of blow-by happening in this motor. My assumption is it's most likely weak piston rings that are doing this, but next we're going to go ahead and take off the distributor. Now that we've got the distributor out of the car, we're going to go ahead and start taking out the radiator. So when we take a look down here, we can see I got my transmission cooler and my radiator mounted, and I just have a couple brackets down here holding in my radiator. So we're going to unbolt these puppies, and then we're going to start unwiring all the wiring for my fans, and after that the radiator should be able to come right out. Alright, so we went ahead, we unbolted everything underneath the car, including the bell housing bolts. We got the drive line out, cross member, everything basically holding the car together underneath from the motor. So went ahead, took out the radiator too, everything on top of the motor. So it's ready to come out at this point. So we're going to go ahead, get the cherry picker up here, get the motor pulled out, and then we'll be ready to start building this thing. So let's go ahead and do it.
so we got the motor out. It was a little bit of work. Cherry picker wasn't working with us very well, but we got everything done. So now the motor is out of the car. We just have to, you know, clean a few things up. This is a great opportunity for me to go through many things in the engine bay to kind of perfect this next stage for stage 3. But yeah, man, the motor is going to be awesome for stage 3. This one, you know, lasted a long time. I had this motor in this car for about 10 years, and it was a lot of passes, a lot of abuse per se. So motor lasted great. Now it's just time for bigger and better things. So make sure to hit that like button and subscribe as always. And thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.